this is the steering column of my brother's 60 GMC. It's basically the same vehicle as my 61 Chevrolet. Chevy, after I installed the other seats, I struggled to fit behind the steering wheel. Basically, I've shortened my steering column 3 inches, 75 millimeters. My brother wants to do the same with his GMC because he also wants to fit different seats. In our case, we Lumina seats, front seats. We all have the same problem. The conversion or the change or the modification was a success, and I've learned a lot. So it just makes sense that we only did these, but with mine, we got so busy with other things that we basically forgot to film the shortening of the steering column. Experimental, if you can put it that way, because we haven't had information on it. We checked YouTube, all the other stuff, but we couldn't find. All the videos you get or the info you get is to install the aftermarket. The problem is in South Africa, due to the rand dollar, it's very expensive. Like the quote I got for replacing my steering column was 22,000 rand. It's not an option for me. I mean, it's too much money. Opted for shortening it ourselves, but doing it in such a way that it's still very safe and like the original steering column work. Only the outer casing and the inner casing of the shifter mechanism that we are shortening. We don't use that in any case, the shifter. It's just there. So we just, at the end, we shortened the steering rod to it exactly the same as it was on the original factory. The problem is we didn't film it for the YouTube.
So this is going to be take 2.
Yeah, so this is take 2 with my brother. We didn't film where we took it out. We just filmed now where we are shortening the actual steering column. So maybe when you do something like this in future on your truck, it is a cheaper option. If you have some skills and some tools, you can do it for very cheap. On the 60, 61, 62, your steering column is fitted under the dash with this cover that comes here to neaten up the steering column under the dash. On the outside engine bay, there is just a clamp that fixes the steering column. So we're trying to retain the original fittings, else you have to do major changes on the standard bracketry, and the standard bracketry also handbrake mechanism fits to here. So that's why we opted to keep it as standard as possible with minimum changes. So what we are going to do is we are going to keep these 2 screw holes where it fits to the under dash bracket, and then this is only for this housing here, but we will also shorten this to keep it neat, but we will also cut about 7.5 of this. You can see this is what I took off mine. Basically the same thing, so we'll do the same with this. Then we're only going to use the 1 screw hole here. This one will in any case stay, we will not take it off. And then as you can see, this is on my 61 Chevy. This is what I've taken out from here. This is what we are going to do. So first we're going to cut it all around as straight as possible, and then when we've cut out the outer, then you'll see this inner is exposed. Then we'll cut that one. We'll then back together, and then we'll put the outer one and weld that together, and then we'll neaten it and we'll spray it again, and then it can go back as planned. So on the steering, this is the actual part that does the steering. So your steering actually fit on the splines, then it comes through. So it ends up that you then have like 3 inches too long of a shaft. So what we opted to do is just cut this off. We will re-sleeve it. You will see from factory it's got a sleeve to strengthen because you drill a hole through it. So we'll fit the sleeve then, and then afterwards we will then just bolt or drill the hole for the pin that comes through here that turns the universal joint. So that's in essence basics of it. That is your pin that goes through there and it's press fit. So as you can see, the parts that really does the steering is still factory. We really don't change it. It's basically the move of the hole to shorten that. The rest is exactly the same. So I think it's
Minimally invasive,
yeah.
still factory bracketry.
But it gives you ample space, especially if you. I'm very glad I did this modification, and I'm sure we're going to do it on some of the other vehicles. I think Dries wants his is done as well, so yeah. One will also try and film. It will be probably a little bit different because it's a different model, a later model. Let's not run too far. Let's start with Alright, and then the one last thing I want to show you guys is we've made a simple bracket to keep the column straight. So when we cut it and we bring it together again for the welding, keep it straight so that you don't have a warped column in the end. So it's very simple. This one I've drawn with my hand. I don't know if you want to do it differently. If it's wrong, we start over. You do the honors, it's yours. So we will give you a chance to.
Since 1960.
Now we shorten it.
Yeah, look at all the equipment, the dust and stuff in there. Okay, so we're gonna move this one a little bit this side.
Yeah, you
Because
can.
it doesn't matter
It
if
doesn't
it's
really
there.
matter. Yeah.
Because there's no holes on it, no fastening
Nothing.
places, nothing.
You can move
It's just
it
a
little
tube.
bit. Yeah.
So we can move it a little bit this side so we can work nicely there
Yeah.
next to this one.
It will be easier. Then you will weld this one first and then
Yeah, then we put the
do the next one.
okay.
To,
Easy properly. Kom in nou.
waar was het?
Hier.
It's very good.
Thank you.
Very good. It will work like a charm. 60, 61.
Zit je recht in? Waar super.
Not too Chevy.
It's gone
No
so.
problem. Let me get the grinder, the cutting.
to have a bench grinder, but it helps.
Alvast. Dis nou daai size tussen 'n 9 en 'n 10. Wat is dit? 3/8.
My boetie sou nou beter kon sê. Of 'n baie goed uitgewerkte 9 spanner. Try hier 'n 10 spanner. Hy behoort seker nie so vas te wees nie.
That means it doesn't work. That one.
Die 9.
That one fits loosely, but slips over. So it's 3/8.
Waar kry ek nou 3 uit?